Hello, champions, and welcome back to Busy Body Blueprint. You've reached week 3 of our beginner leg series, and you're doing incredibly well. This week, we're building momentum by adding to our set. As always, we start with a warm-up, then dive into our main set. You're getting stronger every day, and this workout is your next step forward. Let's get moving. Over to you, Coach Darren.
Awesome handoff there, V-Shred. Thank you so much. For our first warm-up, we're going to start with butt kickers. We're going to be shifting side to side from each foot. As we do so, we're going to lift our heel with the opposing foot, attempting to swing up and kick our butt. Of course, this is going to help us get some blood flowing through the legs, get the knees warmed up, ankles warmed up, as well as the glutes and hips. As we're moving forward with this warm-up, go ahead and start a little bit faster pace of the butt kickers if you can. You can do this form here. This is perfect form. Pump the arms a little bit, and this will really get the heart rate moving. If this is too difficult, you can always go back to the regular butt kickers or alternate between the two based on how high your heart rate is getting. A good warm-up is essential for preventing injuries. Alright, great job everyone. We're going to be switching over now to the standing hip stretch. This is a bit representative of a lunge, so you'll bend one knee, pointing it outward to the side of you, and you'll keep that back leg straight. Now in a normal lunge, you're usually going to bend the back knee. In this case, you'll keep it straight, which is going to put an emphasis of stretch on your groin and hip muscles. As we see our model Ruretzi doing, she's now switched to the alternate leg and is executing the stretch on that side. This is going to keep the heart rate up, get more blood flowing, as well as stretch those hips. On this warm-up, you can very much follow your own pace, but do try and attempt to push yourself in alternating back and forth on this standing hip stretch. A word to the wise for all of you: if you can do this throughout the day, especially for you who work in offices and are sitting all day in front of computers, this is a great stretch to eliminate or help eliminate back pain as well as hip pain. Perfect. Now we're going to be transitioning over to our knees to chest. So you're going to stand on the one leg and then pull your knee towards your chest using your hands and switch back and forth, alternating each side. If you are wondering, the main purpose of this stretch is to really stretch those glutes and get them ready to be fired for all of our exercises. As you can see here, switching back and forth more rapidly is going to aid in warming up your muscles as well as getting your heart rate up. Guys and girls, you can definitely play around with this stretch, pulling your knee at different angles, either out to the side of you or further in towards your opposing shoulder. Finding which angles really work for you and stretching out those parts of your body is going to be key for longevity. Let's begin with toe touches here. You're going to keep your legs shoulder width apart and then bend down slowly at first, reaching for your toes or as far down as you possibly can go. From there, you'll lift yourself back up to a starting position of standing with good form and posture in your upper and lower back. This exercise is great for actually creating flexibility as well as strength throughout the glutes and the hamstring. In some cases, as you see here, there may be a need to round the back in order to get a deeper stretch, and that's okay. The ideal is to obviously have a nice flat back and pull the hips back further to stretch the glutes. However, if you're unable to do that, start slow and make progress. We've been resting for about 8 seconds here. We've got a few more to go. If you'd like, you can start setting up for the next exercise. This is going to be the squat. Let's stand about shoulder width apart with our legs, and then you'll sink down, pushing your butt out first and then bending your knees, all in one fluid motion. The deeper you can sink into the squat, the better. For some of you, you may need to widen your stance, as she just did there. That way she can go deeper. If you can't get as low as you see here, that's okay. Start with as low as you can go without pain or discomfort in your knees or hips, and then eventually try and push a little deeper on every single squat. Great job on those 30 seconds of squats. You've got 20 seconds rest here. One of the greatest things about squats is it can really open up the hips and improve your hip health and longevity. It's also powerful in aiding for bone density support. Similarly, so is the hip thrust that we're setting up for. So you'll see here you're pushing through your heels with your back flat against the ground and driving your hips or your glutes up into the air. When done properly, the hip thrust is a wonderful workout for those with sciatic pain, lower back pain, or piriformis pain. Essentially, if your glutes are not activating properly, the rest of the muscles in your hips, thighs, and back are going to have to compensate. So we're trying to avoid that by activating those glutes with a big squeeze at the top. Way to go, guys. Awesome work. Up next, we have lunges, which are basically going to be similar to the standing hip stretch, except that back leg is going to bend, as you see here in the preview window. Ready? Take a step forward, shoulder width apart, and bend both knees to about 90 degrees. If that's too far for you and you're feeling some pain, feel it out and go as deep as you possibly can without having knee pain. Hands on your hips is a great way to help you balance, as lunges are quite the balancing motion and activate the core. If you can stay upright with your torso as shown here, that's great. If you have to do a little forward bend, I'm okay with that as long as you're not feeling any bad stretches or sharp pains in your lower back or knees. Wonderful work, guys, on those lunges. You may need to control your form, go back and look at it again in the video. But for now, let's move on to calf raises. Keep your feet roughly shoulder width apart, and then you'll just push up off of your calves or off of your heels onto your toes, squeezing your calves at the top. That squeeze at the top is definitely going to play a big role in getting your heart rate up, as well as contracting that muscle so you have maximum strength development. If this is utterly easy for you, you can try doing the exact same thing while lifting one leg in the air, and then you'll be doing a calf raise on one leg. Wonderful work, you guys. We've got a minute rest for you here. So take some deep breaths, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose, and let's aim to slowly but steadily decrease that heart rate and breathing. Great job making it to week 3, you guys. Ideally for all these videos, weeks 1 through 6, I'd like you to be able to perform them 2 times in 1 week or a 7-day period easily before moving on to the next week's workout. But just remember that progress is not always perfectly linear or a straight line. Some of you are going to have to do these programs maybe 2 weeks in a row or 3 weeks in a row, and that's very normal, as adaptation to exercise can take some time. As long as you're not willfully taking it easy on yourself and pushing yourself, you're going to make amazing progress. Alright everyone, we are getting set up for toe touches, so let's get ourselves set physically as well as mentally. Begin. Again, if you can, keep a neutral spine, which means a flat back, kind of like a table. But if you do need to round your back, that's okay too, as some of you may feel relief from that stretch. The goal through all these workouts or exercises is to lengthen and strengthen. So improving flexibility while also improving your strength. This is going to do wonders for your cardiovascular system, as well as for your bone health and bone density, as well as all the benefits of having some more lean muscle on your frame. Fantastic work here, everyone. We're going to take a 20-second break. Time to get set up for squats. Ready? Go. Again, for some of you, if your feet have to be much wider than this in order to feel the squat properly, please feel free to do so. Ultimately, you're mimicking how you would sit in a chair comfortably and then going a little bit deeper, as most chairs are pretty high. Great form here. Focus on keeping that chest out as you sink down into the squat. And let's take a break. You can begin getting set up here for our hip thrusts. Alright, let's start. Same advice for hip thrusts here. If you find yourself unable to fully extend, as shown here, that's okay. Go as high as you can go without any pain. A couple more reps here, really squeeze at the top, and we'll get our 20-second break starting now. Alright, we're getting ready for lunges in 5 seconds. And begin. Great work, you guys. And remember, try not to step directly in front of your other foot. This is going to make it more challenging to balance. Instead, wherever the starting position is for your feet at roughly shoulder width, just step directly forward. That way you still have a good base on which to balance during the lunge. And same goes for here as squats. Try and keep your chest up and out. Great work on these lunges, guys. Let's take a 20-second break. And we've got calf raises in 4 seconds. Begin. Fantastic job, guys. Keep going. We've got only about 10 more seconds. All right, great job. Time for our 1-minute break. Great job, you guys. We've got 1 minute rest before our final round for this week. Really focus on deep, long breaths in through the mouth, and then exhale slowly through your nostrils. We've got 10 seconds here before we start back up on round 3. Alright guys, you know the routine. We've got a few seconds till we start with toe touches. Alright guys, we've got 10 more seconds of these. Let's go ahead and burn through them. Really squeeze the glutes and hammies as you come up and stand in good posture. Awesome job. That was a nice quick 20-second break. Now it's time for squats. Let's begin. Try pushing your knees out to the side and really sink deep into that squat. Push through the heels and stand up straight. Don't forget to exhale forcefully as you push your way up through the squat. Alright, wonderful work. We have a couple seconds before we start our hip thrusts. Begin. Really try to work on pulsing at the top, you guys, squeezing your glutes and feeling that mind-muscle connection. Awesome. Let's burn out a few more reps, and then we have our 20-second rest. Alright guys, we've got 30 seconds of lunges about to start in let's go. If possible, let's try and keep the pace quick on these. Left leg to right leg alternating. Let's get that heart rate up. Last round of lunges, guys. Let's really get a nice deep stretch and then explode out of that bottom position. Awesome job, you guys. 20 seconds rest. Alright, we've got a few seconds here till we start calf raises. Let's go. Last exercise of the day, so let's really pulse at the top of the calf raise. See if you can almost launch yourself into the air. Then we'll slowly lower ourselves down and touch our heels, and back at it again. Way to go, week 3 is complete. Awesome job, you guys.
Great job on week 3's leg workout. You're doing amazing by sticking to this routine and challenging yourself. Keep up the great work. If you found this workout manageable and are ready for the next challenge, you're ready for week 4. If week 3 was a little bit too challenging, let's run through the routine 1 or 2 more times before proceeding with week 4. If you would like a little more assistance with your personal health blueprint, please click the link in the description to look at our preventative health coaching options. Share your progress, thoughts, and any questions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Busy Body Blueprint for more beginner-friendly workouts. See you in week 4.